There we
Welcome
go.
to the Knights of the Rainbow Table, everybody. I'm Lawrence Winterman. Gentlemen, introduce yourselves.
I'm Nick Perro. That's
I'm
it.
Jacob
Everyone's so
Summers.
shy and
You said
deferential.
introduce ourselves. I'm Nick Perro. Sick
I,
of this shit with Nick. Banner and Backbone. Your fucking favorite. On with Dean Blundell and Zev Shaleb and Lev Parnas at random hours of the evenings. Nick Perro. Coming at
I
you.
am Jacob Summers with A4T, all four things, mind, body, heart, and soul. Usually writing artsy shits, drawing artsy shits, talking about health news and politics, or ranting about RFK. So, yeah, or randomly on podcasts with one of these guys. So,
Okay,
That's fair.
one of these guys over
one of
here.
these guys.
These people.
Yeah,
Up, down, left, right, side. That
yeah.
one. To me, you're
Uh,
like that.
Gosh, guys, it's a shame that nothing really is going on in the world. We don't have anything to talk about today. So, I mean, I guess maybe we'll just talk about
Too much. Too much.
Jacob's knitting or something. I don't know.
Too much.
Jacob's what?
Knitting.
Knitting. Yeah,
Knitting.
have you
God.
picking up knitting or anything? It's too much today.
You know,
Uh, I
I've thought
mean,
about
I've
it.
done some cross stitch in the past and needlepoint, but never quite knitting. So
Interesting. Why
Yeah,
not knitting?
I keep telling myself I'm going to learn, and then I get another live to go on or something, and I just don't. So,
well,
Yeah,
I hear
I
knitting
get
requires
Legos
one
instead.
hooker, and I already have one. So anyway, continue.
Ooh, self-burn,
right,
self-deprecating
I
humor
love
this
it.
morning. Good, I like it.
Throwing himself on the pyre of humor.
Yes, always. Those are the best jokes. So the
Those are the only
self-existent
jokes we can make right now, right?
roll
I
tide.
mean, well, the tide rolled last night.
Oof.
Yeah, there was definitely a tide of information and opinions yesterday.
Mm.
Oh,
So
yeah. Well, the
I'm
tide
not
of
sure that
blood.
it's slowed down. Has it? You know,
No, probably not. I
it's
doubt
it's
it
like
will too.
the eagle jizz geyser of false mourning, and you know maybe some of the mourning is genuine, but come on.
I
Did you
think
listen
Yeah,
coming
to
but
on
the
is. I think somebody is coming on, but continue.
I think
Yeah.
somebody is. I mean, do we know if anybody checked the elevator down? Did they get a new? Was there a downward elevator going down, escalator
Yeah.
of gold going into a fiery pit yesterday?
Mm.
I know Ellie put up a picture yesterday and it was a light just shooting up into the sky, and I was like, there's no Ellie, only Zool. So
There's no Ellie, only Zool. That needs to be like the subtitle of this whenever y'all post this. There is no Ellie, only Zool.
Frank,
Frank Cole says the eagle jizz of false doctrine. Yeah, there you
yes,
Yeah,
go.
the
yeah.
eagle jizz
Nice.
of real doctrine.
Of real doctrine. No,
No coffee in it, no whiskey, no nothing in it today.
that's something I've been, like I said, I have been off of Facebook except for randomly posting my art or my wife's art for almost a year now. And so it was pretty much all but dead to me anyway. And then I hopped on for to go check something, not even to peruse. Um, did the podcast with Nick, went to go grab some food, went to go to the gym to train people, open up my Facebook, and it's just boom, 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 boom. And understandably, the people would be talking about it, but it hasn't stopped since yesterday. And the biggest navigation that I find myself with as I navigate through these is bless Ellie for the empathy. I do not have empathy and I do not have a lament of loss. But that still doesn't mean that I condone the way this happened, because
Yeah.
the method does fucking matter. Because people be like, "Oh, so you're cheering him on? Cheering it on? No, I'm not cheering it on. Oh, so you have empathy? No, I don't have empathy. Not for him anyway. Maybe family that was left behind, but." I don't agree with the way it happened, and we've already talked endlessly about that, and I'll talk more about that if we want to. But I the method does fucking matter. So, and that is my distinction right there. You can have no empathy and no regret, and no mourning, but still
Yeah.
not want it to have happened like that.
Yeah. I
So,
mean, I have empathy, right? Like and Kazim Rashid said this yesterday, and I really agreed with it that like I'm not letting anyone else steal my humanity and my empathy. Like Charlie Kirk didn't believe in empathy. He thought, he spewed this bullshit that empathy made us weak. Fuck that.
right,
Empathy makes
right.
and compassion makes us stronger. I'm not letting anyone take that away from me. I get why people wouldn't have empathy for him. And I'm not I'm not a fool. I know how toxic Charlie Kirk was to our overall conversation in this country, but you know, do I want him to have checked out like that? Absolutely not. I mean, was it the most ironic assassination in the history of the world, as Dana says?
Mhm.
Absolutely. But still doesn't mean that I wanted it to happen that way. Like it's
Yeah.
just
Right.
gonna make everything worse.
And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that empathy is a weakness, and I'm not saying that people shouldn't have empathy either. But for me, empathy is like, did I have empathy for that person before? Did I feel any way about that person before that happened? Personally, no. And it's about like if I were to drive by and I saw an accident on the side of the road, I would have the amount of empathy that I would have based on that brief interaction that I saw. So I'm not letting it rob me of my empathy, but it's just one of those things where it's like there was no special connection there in the first place other than being annoyed with the politics of it. So
Yeah.
anyway,
And it's one of those things too. It's not really robbing us of our empathy because I'm not giving empathy to Charlie Kirk at all. Like we've all said, none of us seem none of us really care about Charlie Kirk. In fact,
Right.
as the show title suggests, the Knights of the Rainbow Table, he actively hurt our community.
For
Like
sure.
he was actively engaged in warfare from his side, not from us. We didn't initiate any war. We haven't been fighting a war other than a war of words more often than not against him. But this Charlie Kirk incited and used rhetoric that hurt our community, hurts the LGBTQ community, hurts the straight community, hurts every community because it incites more violence. And he was the result of his own unempathy. I am empathetic towards the fact that a life was lost for no reason other than for the life to be lost and possibly cause terror.
and
And then,
that's about where I am. It is the empathy over the loss of life because if you're going to say that life has meaning, I don't know if precious is the right word, but if you say that life has meaning and any loss of life is to be felt, then that I understand as empathy. For me, specifically going, oh, but she was still in this world. No, I will honestly say that I think that we are better off without that contributed voice of
yes,
negativity, bigotry, absurdity.
For sure.
But I don't
it's
have
two
empathy
things
past
can
that.
be held at. It's that multiple things, not just two, multiple things can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
We can feel unempathetic towards the death of Charlie Kirk himself. We do feel empathy and sorrow for the loss of a human life because life should not be taken in that way. One, it's not justice. Two, as an American who believes in the Constitution, that robs you of your right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Yep.
And I don't believe in the message Charlie was spreading, but he had the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness up until his message causes violence and he became a victim of his own message. Let's be clear. Donald Trump, the right, Project 2025, nationalist Christo fascists, Mike Johnson, Pete Hegseth, JD Vance, groups, men like that, Charlie Kirk, Curtis Yarvin, Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, all of them all believe in the same things that violence is the answer and that the oppressor has the right to use that violence up until it hurts them. And for Charlie, it killed him. For him, he died for his own political belief. And if he died thinking that he did the right thing, cool, good on him. I don't like him at all. However, just like Luke from the Find Out podcast said this morning, it's Luke's last brain cell is his handle here on Substack. Everyone should look him up. He's funny. He's a little bit younger, like Shane's age, mid 20s, and talking mad shit about all of this stuff. And he was like, the things that hit me the hardest yesterday were hearing that. Um, when Joe Walsh said that he once thought of Charlie Kirk as a son,
Yeah,
and
I saw that post.
that, um, shit, I lost the first part or the second half. Um, Come back to me. It'll come back to me at some point.
Yeah.
But he
Well,
was,
I mean, what hit me, right? Like I actually teared up at one point talking about it because what really hit me as a person who lost my dad at the age of 14, he's got two kids. They're one and they're three, and they're going to grow up without a dad, right? And we could make the argument that maybe those kids are going to have a better life because they don't have a fucking hate-filled homophobe raising them. But I don't actually. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
I remembered what it was. If Charlie Kirk's death causes pro-life reform around guns and reducing violence and gun death victimhood, I will praise his name, just like Luke, for the rest of time. Because if his name um does something good in the end, okay. Like they use people all the time. Like they use people who deserve far worse, and they use people who deserve far better for far worse ends. We may as well use someone for a far better end.
Yeah.
So, like, it's
Plus,
why
Well,
we keep talking about the Charlie Kirk either gun reform bill or the Charlie Kirk right to life bill, which I actually prefer is the Charlie Kirk right to life bill, or right to life act or something if we can find a good
right.
acronym out of it.
Amendment, we could, yeah, like, I think we should push for both, right? I think we should push for gun reform legislation and frame it in those terms, Charlie Kirk right to life bill. And I think we should push for an amendment that overrides the Second Amendment. We should swing big with this, and we should make sure that, um, you know, like you said, we're finding some silver lining in this entire thing. And if we can, jujitsu leverage his name into making appreciable change in this country around gun control, we should do it. We should push for that.
I'm
Now
not
is the
And,
saying
time.
and I'm
I'm
going to
not
respond
saying
to,
that I'm not saying that won't happen. I am, and then I know Tyler just commented on this as well. I hope that happens. I do think that's not to. I'm not insulting y'all when I say this. I do think that's a bit of a higher expectation of the American people and our government than I foresee
oh,
happening. But if
no, no,
but
no,
if it
no.
but if it happens, I'm for it.
I have no expectation that it would pass.
Right.
That said, if you're unwilling to pass the Charlie Kirk right to life bill or right for life bill to protect life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness from guns, then you shouldn't be in office and making bills in it. Really just
Absolutely.
opens the door up easier for us to say, I don't want to support you.
These,
Like if
th-
you're if
this
you're
is tragic.
antithetical to human life, like get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And I to answer what Tyler was saying in the chat is he said it ain't gonna happen, Nick. I've heard a cacophony of people talking about eradication on the left now. Dude, I already received a death threat this morning. So like yes, they want to hate us, but they also want us to incite more violence, and they want us to be the ones who actually trigger something and do retribution first, because then they have the excuse to incite the Insurrection Act. The Insurrection Act has not been incited. Like, we have to keep that in mind. The Insurrection Act has not yet been incited. That means this this doesn't seem planned, because Charlie, like they found someone, they have pictures of someone, and it doesn't fit a narrative they were trying to paint. And we need to admit the fact that this is because of them. This is their own fault. We need to turn the temperature down, not because I don't think that, not because I'm childish and I think that we could get it passed now, but because I know that if we don't talk about it now, in 5 years or 4 years, we won't get it passed. If
Yeah.
we come in with a plan and tell people over and 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 over again for the next 4 years what we're for, and already tell them the things that they're for too, 80% of Americans want gun control.
Yeah.
But
I,
frame it
you
as
know,
right for life. I think we win the argument. We don't have to do it right away, but if we win part way, right now, if we can get part way, isn't that better than not at all?
I don't want
Well,
to give up in advance. Like
Yeah.
all due respect to some folks in the chat who are saying it's never going to happen. Can we fucking try? Could we at least try? Like if we just assume that we're never going to win, and so we shouldn't try, then absolutely we're guaranteed to lose.
If
If we
we
could,
hadn't thrown tea into the harbor in Boston, and if people had not believed Paul Revere and tried and stood up, we would still be British colonies. Or at least
right?
the revolution would have happened in a much different way. Like, we're here because people were brave enough to try, were to put out radical ideas. Mom Donnie, Mom Donnie is a perfect example. RFK, or not RFK, FDR. FDR is a perfect example of a Democrat who put out radical ideas that are radically progressive. Nobody told him he shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Nobody told him he couldn't do it. Why the fuck are we telling ourselves we can't? Why are we letting them tell us what to do and how to feel? Like they're like, oh, we need to be hateful to it. No, I reject Charlie Kirk's way of life entirely. I don't
no,
want to
and
hate any of them. I want them to
no, and
love me.
my point with all of that was to say not that I don't think that we shouldn't. Oh God, I hate saying this phrase, but use this opportunity. No, it's something that
No,
happens.
use
We
this
need to,
fucking opportunity. They would.
but
Why not?
but we
Trump is doing
we
it. We
need
need to fight back actively right now.
no, we need to fight back actively right now, and we need to push for gun control, and we need to be showing them what we are about and we are not about. My only thing is the semantic of getting it called the Charlie Kirk bill is that I think it's a beautiful message. I don't know if that will happen, but as long as gun reform and us not falling into their stereotypes of us happen, yes, I'm for doing that right now and continuing to do that. So
Yeah.
if it gets
No, and I
called
know
the
you're
Charlie
not.
Kirk, if it gets called the Charlie Kirk bill, I will send you a bottle of whiskey in the mail that goes through. So
Oh
the
We're not the
brand,
only ones talking about it either
no,
in the same language too. Like
I
we
know, I
need,
agree with you.
and it's
It's the
good that multiple people are.
Right.
No, I agree with you. I'm saying the branding is the thing, and I'm like, oh my God, that's a pie in the sky goal. I would love if it happened, but if it happens, y'all all get bottles of whiskey. But if there's nothing that
It
those,
better be Japanese whiskey because those fuckers can make some good ass whiskey.
I'll, I'll think about it. But
It's expensive as shit, and you
if
might
these
get a
two parties
tariff on
spend,
it.
these two parties spend so much time over branding that is what it will get. That is what they will fight over on that.
Yeah.
So
Like I talked with Dean Blundell, Zev Shalev, and Lev Parnas last night, and I think I caught them off guard in a really good way on it. Though was this exact thing is they were like, "Well, what can we do?" And I was like, "Well, propose something like the Charlie Kirk gun reform bill." And then it was commented back, "Well, uh, gun buyback in a country like ours wouldn't work." And I immediately responded, and this is what we need to do in real time to each other, is I said, "Why not? It's never been tried. Why shouldn't we try it? Like, just offer it as an idea. What would happen? What's the worst that can happen if we offer a national gun buyback program for assault rifles
Right.
or for soon to or possibly illicit weapons, not in the terms of like what the Nazis did, where they came and took all your guns. Like I'm not advocating totally to get rid of guns. I hunt. I like my rifles. I like having the ability to have a weapon because I want to hunt. But I want to hunt an animal to kill it, to eat it, to use its parts, and to sustain my life off of that creature and thank that creature for giving its life to me like any good hunter does. I don't want to use it to kill people. I don't want to do the most dangerous game. That's not what I want to do. Like, if you watch the video yesterday of him being shot, like that is one of the tamest versions of someone dying in front of your eyes in real time. Like, that could have been far worse had it been not here, but here.
Yeah.
Like, we got lucky as a people that we didn't see something even worse, and they're not censoring that video.
Yeah. It's
I
weird that
also
they're
think
not
it's kind of
censoring that
deliberate.
video.
It's desensitizing us to the violence.
Yeah. I want to say a couple of things to folks in the chat. So Christiane says, I don't like saying or believing this, but I truly believe you're falling into a trap. The right expect you to keep trying to rationalize your way out of the shithole your country is in. Sure, and like unless you're sponsoring my Canadian citizenship, I'm going to try to save my country in whatever way I can. Frank Cole said something a little further up about dementia, gonorrhea, queer-eyed Vance. Hey man, you're on a show with a gay guy, a bi guy, and a pansexual guy, so maybe
Yeah,
saying queer-eyed Vance isn't the right terminology to use here amongst the Knights of the Rainbow table. So
yeah,
um, you
yeah.
know,
Let's be
I feel like we are
conscious.
convincing ourselves that there is nothing that we can do, right? Like
We're giving up in
I
advance.
yeah, we're giving up in advance. And Nick, you and I just had that great conversation with Stephanie Wilson about framing, and her take is exactly right. We need to reframe literally everything we say. We must reject every frame that they give us. Otherwise, we're doing their marketing for them. And, we can't fucking do that. We have to fight back. And
Yes,
maybe it's a trap, right? But honestly, looking at these guys, I don't think they're playing 11 dimensional chess. I'm not sure they're playing 3-dimensional chess. I'm not sure they're playing checkers.
I'm
I
not
think
sure
they've,
they know what chess is.
right. I think they have stumbled into
It's like tic
positions
tac
of
toe
power.
with extra pieces.
Right. And potentially they cheated because we didn't imagine that they could ever fucking cheat and get away with it,
Yeah,
So let's not give up in advance.
No, and I'm not advocating for that either. I mean, Nick's known me for a very long time. I do not give up. I strategize and I'm patient, and that doesn't mean I wait with my thumbs up my ass. I just sit
yeah,
here and go,
I mean,
which of the
don't knock that
which
until you try it, Jacob.
hey,
yeah.
look, just
Two
not
thumbs or
during
one.
not most hours of the day, only for the fun times.
I rem
Um,
I
but it's
remember being
about
in the army with you, Jacob, and everyone hearing, not you specifically, but everybody knows what sitting on your head and letting it go numb does, and talking about a stranger.
hey, they covered that in was it Dak and Mary
That's
Make a
basic
Porno?
training, right?
The
That's basic training right there. Yeah, Zach and
the
Mary
stranger
makes a
double dutch
porno.
rudder. Yeah, no, it's not about talk for me. It's not about talking ourselves out of it. It's about not even about trying to pick which battles you can win, even though that's an important message. It's about trying to find the ways to win the battle. And you can't, it's kind of like the whole, shocker. I'm going to use a Captain America quote. It's not about not going into battles that you know that you can't win, because some battles you've got to fight, even if you know there's a chance that you can't win, but
Right.
about setting ourselves up for the best strategy to win that. So I'm not even shooting down the idea of calling it the Charlie Kirk thing. My PR, branding, advertising, journalism brain is just figuring out how you could sneak that through the longest until it was cemented in the American psyche, and they would not be able to ignore it anymore, and it would have
Easy,
to actually be on the table. So no,
easy,
I'm not
easy,
even saying
easy.
I'm not even saying
That would
no to it.
just be Fox News saying the proposed Charlie Kirk gun reform bill. If they said that on Fox News, that's a win, right?
Here's
That
how we
means we've pulled the Overton window at least a little bit back to the left.
here's how we do it. I'm talking to Joe Walsh next week. Like, oh, Lawrence and I are going to talk to Joe Walsh. Like, we'll ask him.
Yeah.
Um, like, he knew Charlie. He thought of
He
Charlie
thought of
as a
Charlie as a son.
son for years. Like, if if anyone knows the impact of this death as a personal thing, it'd be Joe Walsh. It'd be Lev Parnas. I talked to both of them yesterday. or not Joe Walsh yesterday, sorry, but I talked to Lev Parnas yesterday. I jumped in on the conversation after they came in um about Lev knowing Charlie and them disagreeing on a lot of things, but he knew him as a person. Um, and I talked to Tim Whitaker yesterday. Like Tim would be a great person to talk to about this. Um, and people who are in the Turning Point circles and who know these folks. Like Tim Whitaker goes to Turning Point USA and he does it in good faith and he knew Charlie Kirk. We were literally talking about Charlie Kirk in the morning. I didn't even know he had a show in or an event planned in the afternoon. We just happened to be talking about him because I had Tim Whitaker on and Melissa Corrigan and I were talking about it. And like maybe we just keep talking about it. Like they keep putting things out. Nobody else is, if nobody else is going to talk about it, we do. We do. We talk about it because if not me, who? If not when, now. Or if not now, when? So now and us, we're going to do it. We're going to talk about it until it becomes zeitgeist, until it does get on Fox News and CNN, or Midas Touch picks it up and talks about it, or the Find Out podcast continue talking about it, or Lincoln Square talks about it, or the Siren Network talk about it,
Yeah.
or Blue Ant Media talks about it, or one of the big publications. Banner and Backbone's going to talk about it. Dean
Yeah.
Blundell is willing to talk about it with us. Zev Shalev is willing to talk about it with us, and they're huge voices. Like I think we have to stop being afraid to drive the narrative. We have to stop being afraid to lean into something and just stick with it because it's right, not because it's yes, it's the right narrative and it's a good narrative, but also because it's the right fucking narrative. Like it's a moral failing to keep killing each other. It's 2025. It's a moral failing to just shoot each other to solve your problems, especially as a man. Like, if you can't solve your problems with words, go to therapy, bro. Stop fucking shooting each other. Just go to therapy. And then we can talk about the problem underneath, which is therapy is being taken away from folks because of rhetoric like Charlie Kirk's, Trump's,
Well,
JD
it's,
Vance's. They caused this environment. It's their fault.
you see, and that's honestly the biggest emotion that I'm feeling right now. And here's an yeah, surprise. Another way that Morgan and I think very similarly is that I would have more room for, I might have more room for empathy. But again, like I said, there wasn't a ton of that direction to begin with, so I'm not turning it off. It's just there wasn't a ton of connection empathy there in the first place. But my biggest thing that I've been feeling since yesterday is the reason that this is wrong, the reason that I'm upset, the reason that I'm angry is that this is, and I hate to say the easy way out because, I say that and people fight me on it, but this means that Charlie Kirk will never have to actually answer to the people that his actions were affecting, the stuff he was trying to get pushed through, his
Yeah.
his his thousands, tens and thousands of hundreds of thousands, probably of people that were accepting his message as gospel and shaping their lives around it. Like we never get a chance to
Hold
see
him
him
accountable.
either yeah see him answer for that and be held accountable, or potentially as rarely happens, but sometimes happens, see him learn from it and maybe impart even an ounce more empathy into his messages. And because he was shaping thoughts, hearts and minds, and that's part of my whole thing of mind, body, heart, and soul is he was shaping so many hearts and minds that are now have his hate not as somebody who's died naturally and passed on that they then relegate to the history books, but as somebody whose final chapter has been written. And when something like that happens, when somebody's life has ended that violently, they're at worst case turned into a martyr. Best case,
They're being
everything
turned
we
into a martyr.
everything we thought that they stood for is now locked into stone, and people take that as the gospel. So now we've got that. He's not only not answered for his crimes,
And that's why
people now see
pull
this
him back and
the
control the
primary.
narrative.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Because Trump is going to posthumously award Charlie Kirk the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which
Oh
is a
my God.
disgrace to
Wait, did
the
he say that, or are you
fucking.
predicting that? Because if you're
No, it's
predicting,
already been reported.
oh Jesus
It's
Christ,
been
of
reported that
course.
that he's going to be doing that. Um,
Then what? Well, what's been reported?
posthum that Charlie Kirk is being awarded posthumously, so after death, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. A bigot who wants to take the rights wanted to take the rights away from other people and spread a message of hate and division and hurt and disgust and targeted our communities actively is now getting awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. His never deserves it, would have never deserved it, should never deserve it. It should be stripped of him when we're done of this because he doesn't deserve it. And all awards that are given by Trump that aren't deserved should be stripped because they're disgraces to the American system. And part of accountability is also removing the stain of that legacy. You don't see Germany with a whole bunch of Nazi shit and Hitler statues or Hitler monuments scrawled into the sides of mountains. But
Right.
in the US, you do. You have bases named after Confederate generals, after racists and bigots. We all can make that change. We're on the way there. I think part of this too, and why it feels so dark and maybe a message, because we were talking about this with Stephanie, was maybe a message is this is the last gasps of a dying breed of hate. And it is our duty to weather the darkest storm because the darkest storm comes before the light. Like we have to fight this fight one final time with them. And yeah, it's very reckoning, very apocalyptic. It uses their words, but we need to expunge this hate by not reflecting the hate back at the people who don't deserve the hate. Like Charlie Kirk, yeah, he deserves plenty of hate, but most of the people who he lied to and indoctrinated, they don't. They deserve to be broken out of the lies and indoctrination, especially because many of them are kids. Many of them are not adults of the age of 21. They're not legally able to drink. They haven't had their brains fully developed. And Charlie Kirk was a grown ass man taking advantage of them and manipulating them into dropping out of college and finding colleges
For
unexcusable
money. For
for
he
money.
did it was his career. It was his job. He was
Yeah.
spewing hate and brainwashing young minds for money so
Yes.
that he could be rich, so that he could make a buck.
It's a grift on hate. It's all a grift. It's all a grift on hate.
Right. Hate grift.
I want to to be honest, if I want to grift on anything, I want to grift on love. Like I'd rather like make people feel good while I make some money doing it, but I'm not trying to grift you. Like none of us are lying to you and trying to steal your money. Like we are who we are.
Everybody meet Nick Parrow. Love grifter.
Love grifter.
Well, that's like I say with the gym all the time. I'm like, no, I've still got bills to pay. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not grifting you. Like I
Yeah.
I genuinely care about people's personal health and fitness, and I do more than I charge for. And but at the same time, I still have bills to pay. I did want to I did want to see if
Yeah,
we could
come
I think
support
a
spark.
all of
couple
us.
people in the chat are saying they'd let you grift them, Jacob, So
I mean, Jacob is the grifter of the group.
Yeah,
ooh,
well, the grifter of the group. On that note, I was going to say
he's gonna
not
take off his shirt and prove it.
He's done it
maybe.
before. He's done it
Maybe at the end
before.
of this podcast. So,
Stick around for the end.
not to
Those tiny,
ignore
tiny nipples.
not to ignore the conversation or try to be like we don't need to talk about that anymore. I think we're going to continue to talk about this for a while. But I did have an idea about the Knights of the Rainbow table that I was going to bring up. So,
Yes.
Uh-oh.
if y'all are okay with
Here in
swapping
front of
tracks,
everybody? Here in
since
front of our 130 closest friends?
so it's about, what we did was both about resisting the darkness in the world, but it's also about living our lives in a way that provides light. And so I was thinking, in light of all of these, they're trying to tear down the rainbow sidewalks and erase them and everything, that it's even more important that
Careful as I
we,
rise to this
yeah,
occasion.
that
Right,
we
right.
should that we should
Slowly
all
rising.
Jacob, I could hear you better if you were, bending over that chair.
If
Well,
you're
take
doing
off
that
my
pop
shirt
and
just a
lock,
second.
do that pop
Uh,
and lock thing.
Right. Could you show us that
so
again?
I'm just gonna be like, look, I need their attention. So, um,
Grifting
but
on love.
I
Tyler says, I'm sorry,
Tyler
Jacob,
said
I
I'm sorry,
can't
I
hear
can't hear
with
you
your
with your
shirt on.
shirt on. Um, no, we in light of all the rainbow sidewalks being taken down, and since we are the Knights of the Rainbow Table, we are essentially a permanent and lasting rainbow sidewalk. So as such, at this meeting
I
of
don't
the
get
Knights of
tread
the
on. I ain't no snack. I ain't no snack flag.
at this
Don't tread
meeting of
on
the
me.
Knights of the Rainbow Table,
It depends. How cute is he?
I move that we each pick a color that represents us, and I can be the green knight of the
No
rainbow table.
bullshit. You don't get
Oh,
to take green,
like
motherfucker.
Sir Gawain in the Green
There's
Knight kind
Green
of
three
and
thing?
green people here. You're literally talking to three green human beings, and you're trying to
I
say
it is
the
literally
fucking
my favorite
green.
color. I'm
Let's
the
No,
go.
person
I'll
it's
take
blue.
who
I'll
came
take
up
Blue,
with the
Jacob.
idea. I get
I'll
first
take
One for you,
pink.
dibs.
Nick. You get the leftovers.
I take pink. I'll take pink. I've got a
Okay,
All right.
so
real I look fly as fucking pink. Like that is my color. Like I got that olive skin tone. It brings out the Jew in me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I
that
actually look good in
Jewry.
yellow as well. But all right. What is the point of this, Jacob? Are we Power Rangers now? Do we each get a are we wearing a
Well,
uniform?
as long as he doesn't become the White Ranger. And if he does, and if he does,
yeah.
we better keep the racism out of it and make sure we lean really hard into it.
No,
I think makes sense.
all I'm gonna say is green power. I can't be the White Ranger because I can't morph without sounding like a clan
You can't
member.
say
So
white power on a show and not get a bunch of bigoted hate or be on the wrong
yeah,
side of Substack or TikTok or anything like that really quickly. Is there negative
Stay tuned,
connotations
everybody.
with the
We're on the
words?
slippery slope on the downhill of this conversation.
We are on the slippery slope towards
so on
MAGA
that
town.
note, Pink Ranger, Green Ranger, which are knights. Sorry, God damn it, you got me on Power Rangers. So Pink Knight, Green Knight. What are you, Lawrence? Which color are you?
Blue?
Blue. All right.
Like this blue.
That's
Okay,
a
so
good,
like
like a
that blue.
royal blue.
Royal blue.
Yeah. I'm more of like an emerald highland green, so something much more close to like that behind me. So
Okay.
I'm
yeah. Oh,
always, if I was a green, it's always a foresty green because I like and like an olivey green.
Hmm.
yeah.
What shade of pink are you?
I could do like that purple one though, like a purplish.
Yeah.
Um,
Are you
What was your
bubblegum?
horns? Oh, you start.
Bubblegum pink? Butthole pink? Which pink are you?
um, you'll have to wait and see.
It's just going to be us showing up to the next Knights of the Round Table
Surprise!
in colors. If I can get a green
Surprise!
Power Ranger costume before next
Surprise!
Thursday, I'm doing it.
Right, right.
If I could get a pink ranger costume that fit me, that would be interesting. But I canceled my Amazon Prime and I canceled my Walmart Plus or whatever subscription.
Yeah.
So I don't get shit fast. So if anyone wants to overnight me like a costume,
But
I'm a
it's got to be
men's
skin
extra
tight.
large. I don't know if we wanted. I mean, I could wear some skin tight things, but I feel like that's pushing it for me, and I don't like how that looks on my body. I'll do some like I'll do tank tops and stuff. I'll even just pull it up because my belly's not so fat anymore. I've
Yeah.
lost like 10 pounds. I actually, since losing my job 2.5 months ago, I think I've lost 10 or 15 pounds, and I think most of it was stress weight because I don't feel so fucking stressed all the time. Um, and I was supposed to do a like slick Nick show, where I got all dressed up or slicked back, but I then realized I don't have any dress clothes anymore because I put them all either in storage or got rid of them. Um, which is really sad because I had a huge set of ties. Um, and I actually, funny we mentioned this. Funny I mentioned this is I had a blue tie, the shade of blue, roughly that you have on the Free Republic of Cascadia shirt, Lawrence. That was a Donald Trump tie from Nordstrom's back when he had a clothing line that didn't fully suck. Um,
Was there ever a time?
well, the tie was actually kind of nice because I wore it correctly. Like I knew how to tie a tie, so it wasn't down to my fucking kneecaps. But like, so, but then it got a big ass stain on it, so it's kind of metaphor for what Donald Trump is.
Mm, hmm Like the blue dress stain, that kind of.
No, it was like a big food stain, like just greasy, gross, vomitish stain that just wouldn't come out. And no matter how much you try to purge it, you just eventually have to bleach it out.
Yeah, I mean, you can't bleach a blue silk tie because that's just gonna fucking ruin it.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, then you shred it and cut it and you turn it into what Donald Trump is, broken and disgusting human being. Dang.
Irrelevant.
Relevant.
Relevance.
Um,
All right, what's the next topic? We talked Charlie Kirk. We've decided our ranger
what
suits. My blue
what
suit is going to be it's going to be a harness, a blue harness with assless chaps, and
are there any other
Mine's just
type of
mine's just
chaps?
gonna be a mine's just gonna be a green nipple tank with gloves and cargo pants. So yeah,
Mine's
okay,
just
yeah,
gonna be pink pasties.
I can see that. I can see
yeah.
that.
I won't sit down for that one. I'll make sure my camera's at at the right angle. It'll just be pink pasties. Nothing else. I'll keep my office
Christina said.
focused.
Christina said, "Talk about nights." I mean, how many
What
hours
type
do
of
you
nights?
have?
Like,
So
yeah, like Jedi Knights, like Knights in the old times, like Knight Revenant from Brandon Sanderson's series.
Moon Knight.
Yeah, Sailor Moon.
I said
And
Moon Knight, not Sailor Moon.
hey, she had Knights of the Moon.
Well, I meant Moon Knight is in the triple polar Marvel superhero anti-hero. So anyway, yeah.
He
Yep.
was, I like his beard though when he's not in that role, when he was the dad in Dune and he had the sharp, like really sharp edge that comes up high on his beard. I was like, dude, you have a good looking fucking beard. Like, you know how to, your facial hair
Oh,
just grows in
Oscar.
this
Talk
majestic
about
way.
Oscar Isaac's beard. Yeah, Oscar Isaac
Yeah.
has some
Yeah.
great facial hair. So
Yeah.
what's it said?
Okay.
Talk personalities, Knights of the Round Table. So I think they're trying to get us to give them character profiles on what each. We'll work on that. I think Nick's got something
Yeah.
else he wants to talk about. We'll create some
No, I don't.
profiles and come back to that. Oh, you don't?
Like our
No, not
profiles,
really.
our personalities. Well, we're
Yeah,
all loudmouths for one. Um,
yeah.
I have a painted dragon
Aw,
that shimmers. So that's my personality. I'm a
yeah.
shimmery painted dragon
I
Nick loves
with a
dolls. That
werewolf.
it's the cutest werewolf doll, Nick.
let's
It is.
see.
He's so
Green
many. I even
Green
painted
Knight.
them myself. Oh, hold on, hold on. I'm going to show off
Aw,
one more because I painted this too. This was my D&D character, his
aw.
humanoid form, and then
Ah,
he turned
yeah.
into a werewolf, and he was a lycanthropy uh, blood hunter.
I just realized I have a 3D printed knight helmet downstairs. Fuck. Anyway, I've
Mm.
also got a whole bunch of armor for
Are we
SDA
talking
downstairs.
like
Not cool.
Mandalorian nights?
No, I'm talking about like
Dude,
I
then we
have
need
a.
to pay attention. Mandalorian.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry, I was looking off. I support.
Fucking Earth
I'm a
is like
huge man. I'm a
Carolingian nights.
huge Mandalorian fan. Diehard Mandalorian fan. I don't know. I would describe myself as Bimbo is not the right word. Himbo. I am a himbo golden retriever that everybody sees the positive, sunny, optimistic surface, but there's a lot of rage boiling just below this. So I
Ooh,
keep
he's
it in check.
so rage filled. Just want to pinch his cheeks. He's got so much rage.
It's exactly there you go. That's the exact reaction I get on a daily basis. There we go, right there. Um,
Touching.
I'm
Who's
Manifesting
very
such a little
myself then.
ragey? Who's such a
I'm
cute
very
little
nice to
rage
most
golden
people
retriever?
and very nice to most people until they fuck with me and mine, and then I'm not nice. So yeah.
I'm I want to I'm manifesting myself for this, all of this, and I am like a river otter. Because if nobody's ever met river otters before, they're all cute and cuddly looking. They got a lot of fur. They like swimming. They like doing like rolling on their bellies and sliding down hills till you fucking get close to their kids and then they rip your head off.
Yeah,
They
pack
hold
out.
hands while they're sleeping. They'll keep each other close, but you come damn near them, they're gonna rip your fucking head off.
I
And
love that
so the river otter. Too
somebody
much,
pointed this. I
Morgan.
love
Too
that
much.
somebody
That's what the
pointed
show
this
said.
out. I
Oh,
love
I
that
have a
somebody
red
pointed out.
panda too.
You're talking about all that while you're wearing your cute kitten shirt, which is
Right.
just on
Red kit.
brand.
Red panda. This is Roscoe. He actually moves around my office. So if you ever see Roscoe in a different spot, maybe I'll be the. Oh, I don't want to be the red knight. The red knight. Ugh. Ugh. Red's such a color right now. It's so
You
Well,
know, claim it,
now I'm gonna
reframe it,
I'm
and
I said
reframe.
pink. I said pink,
now
so, but I
now
have a
I'm gonna
nice
have
pink
to
shirt, so
now I'm gonna have to draw myself as the Green Power Ranger, but instead of the dragon as the sword, it's a golden retriever that's green. So,
Nice.
um,
I mean,
so can
clearly
you
I'm the
manifest
bear.
it into the white ranger?
It
The bear. Ooh, the blue. Oh yeah, wait. What
it
was blue in the original movie when they and you were old enough to you guys are both old enough to know
he
Power
originally was a
Rangers.
Triceratops, but I'm trying to remember what he
When
ended
they
up
went
getting.
to the planet after that, was it the grizzly? No, grizzly was for Zach. Um, for which one did he get for his? Because I feel like this is we're almost to the morphing time. Um, we have we're getting close. So what would your Zord be? Is the real question. Mine's an otter, or actually, no, mine has become Roscoe the red panda, would
He
be
got
my
the
Zord.
wolf. He got the
Ooh,
wolf
the
when
wolf.
Yeah, so when they did the movie, he got wolf because he was Triceratops before that.
well,
So
no,
Oh,
wasn't it?
blue was oh, yellow got the bear. She
It
got the bear.
there was a
yeah.
sphinx in there somewhere, right?
Kimberly got the
I don't know. There wasn't.
albatross.
I don't remember
Uh,
there being a Sphinx, but the Gold Ranger in Power Rangers Zeo had a pyramid.
that's fucking weird. I'm talking real Power Rangers, like
Yeah,
part
no, in that
one.
one it was a sphinx.
Zeo was still real Power Rangers. It was real Power Rangers up until Lost in Space, Lost Galaxy. So
Um, no,
Uh,
what?
Jaguar, right? There was a jaguar in one of the movies.
Yeah, there's been some weird stuff, but in the first movie, when the ooze guy comes, Alvin Ooze comes and does all this shit. It's what we get to an albatross, a bear, a wolf, a and like two other things, and I don't remember, and a golden eagle. It was the
I'm
golden
laughing.
eagle was yours.
I'm
Yours was the
laughing at.
gold.
I'm laughing at Tyler because I know he said he just watched it last night, but it's on brand for him to just list
Oh,
them out
ape,
like that.
crane,
Continue.
frog, wolf, falcon. There.
Yeah, I
There
mean,
we go.
Hmm.
are those my only choices? I can't be a
No,
bear. I'm a bear or a big cat of some
You
kind.
can make your own
you can
sword.
make your
I
own
already said
sword.
that I'm going to make mine the golden retriever. So
All
Mine's
the
right,
green
Roscoe the red pan. Mine's Roscoe the pink panda.
green was the dragon, but I'm going to make it a golden retriever because you
right.
know I love my
We
dogs
do.
anyway.
Actually,
There you
I'm
go.
gonna take red. I'm gonna take red because we do red hands at home, which are
Okay.
we do the red panda hands, and then you fall over. It's just one of those weird, like ADHD family things that we do. Capybara. Yeah, that would actually kind of make sense with my daughter's Halloween costume. She wants to be a capybara hunter. It's from a show that she's watching. Don't ask. I don't know. Kids these days. No, I don't want to be a
Kids these days.
nobody wants to be a guinea pig. Guinea pigs get eaten. That's literal food. Like you are a pig that is for eating. That is the size of a rat for
So
eating.
I'm going to be
Plugged
the
up
green
for
power.
eating.
I'm going to be the green Power Ranger with a golden retriever as the Zord, but my weapons are going to be two Chihuahua guns since I have my two Chihuahuas and the fits for the energy too. So
Yes. Can you have them riding on your shoulder when you start next episode?
Oh, absolutely. I'll just have them sitting here and be like, all right, guys, just stay still for 30 seconds while we open the podcast. So,
All right,
anyway,
Lawrence, you need to bring a bear in to yours, other than yourself, I guess.
Okay. I mean,
So
I'm just
find
gonna
a
make
grizzly
myself a
bear
blue
somewhere.
T-shirt that has a bear on it. There you go.
No,
Problem's done.
no, I have a stuffed animal. You need to have a bear. Someone Jacob has dogs. I have a stuffed animal because owning a red panda is illegal. I've looked it up. I want one, but it's illegal here in Arkansas, as far as I know, um, to own them privately. Which I wish it wasn't because they're super cute. Um, but if I could get my hands on a red panda, I'd bring one in for a show. Like that would be cool as shit.
well, now you just have to come up with, so you've got your color, you've got your Zord or spirit animal. Now you just now you need to come up with your power pose that you do when they like pose as a team, like that lines up with whatever yours
Red
is. So yours is
hands.
red hands. I regret to say this, but mine could be on because I know Loris's face is going to make a face when I say this, but down on all fours yapping. So yeah.
Oh, like, have you watched Delicious in Dungeon yet?
See, I knew that was going to happen. I knew
Yes,
Lawrence's
where he
face was going to
does
go
the
red, and he
dog
was.
thing.
I have not watched Delicious in Dungeon yet.
Oh my
Mm.
God,
But
you should. You have to. The one of the main characters is basically a golden retriever. Um, and you partway through he has to approach an evil and he has an affinity for dogs. He's always had one his whole life, and he gets down on all fours and just unleashes like a bark 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 wolf howling thing, and that's what I imagine Jacob doing, just flexing his butt up in the air, just going bark bark bark, woof woof woof, how how how, and that's how he's
I
going to do it.
I think
now
That
I'm
should be
getting
your
I'm just
pose.
gonna dap.
now I'm gonna have to draw this. I'm gonna have to draw this now. So, mm.
I don't know if I want to see Jacob dog hybrid because that brings like Full Metal Alchemist flashbacks in.
Are we getting into a
And
play? Jacob, are you a pup?
I have been identified as an otter. So,
I mean, yes, you're an otter in the woodland creature gay theme. You're an otter
right.
for sure. But like, uh, do you have a
Am
pup?
I? But am I? No. But oh, are you asking if I do the pup thing?
Right.
No, I do not.
All right.
So,
All right. Thank God. I was gonna have to mock you relentlessly if you're a pup.
oh
Sorry,
no, and I
anybody
was just
in the audience, if you're a pup, I'm very
no.
sorry. I
I'm
just made
glad you
you
said.
laugh.
this is
I'm
new
glad you said.
terminology to me. Please explain.
I'm going to let Lawrence explain that more fully, but I will. I'm glad he brought up the aversion first. I tell everybody I don't yuck anybody's yum. If that's what you're into, that's fine.
Right.
As
But
long as it doesn't hurt
there
anybody.
there are two things, one of which is not strictly gay community, the other is. But that while I will not judge you openly, I do not understand it, and the personalities that you find online and in person tend to turn me off, and that is furries and pups. Like if that's your thing, that's fine. And for any of my fans that follow me that with pup in their username that are watching this, I'm sorry. I don't judge you as people. It's nothing like that. I just don't understand it, and it
I don't judge you as
completely
people, I judge you as pups.
yeah, it is completely dissonance to how my brain works. I cannot wrap my head around it. So
So Nick, every in Gaylandia, everyone is a fucking woodland creature of some kind, right? Like it just developed
Yeah.
in the way that big burly hairy dudes like me are bears and lean hairy dudes like Jacob are otters. And let's see, the
Well,
dudes
what am
who
I then?
um so you're not particular, you're basically like a hairless otter.
That's not true. I've got a lot of hair in there.
Okay,
See,
well then,
I'll get naked. I'll show
yeah,
you my nipples.
then you're
I got hair in there.
all right, all right. Roll on back on the shirts off, boys. We still got five
yeah,
minutes
I was
to
going to
go
say
here.
you just
See?
disrupted Lawrence's brain processes. So
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So I am an
keep
otter, is
going.
what you're saying. Oh, conversation's over. Jacob ends.
all
Right.
right, keep talking.
Brain not working. Suddenly cannot process. Too much
Oh, and he puts
visual
the camera back so
stimulation.
he can just pose for it.
There we go.
So then there's this whole subcategory of pups, which is people who literally like to put on like these masks, leather or neoprene or whatever, that look like, kind of Doberman pincher faces.
Mhm.
And like literally they will put on collars. Pups have owners, pups
Oh, okay,
obey,
okay, okay.
pups are told what to do. Sometimes they've got tails, which includes basically a butt plug that has a tail on the end.
I figured that part.
Yeah. Uh,
Okay, so yeah, I know what you're talking about then. So I went to I not this
quick,
year, but
somebody get Jacob a cigar.
I've got a whole humidor full of them.
Right. I
Um,
think that's a joint, Jacob. You're smoking a joint that way.
is I went to
Even that he had to do with
Rocklahoma.
the pinky up.
Yes, quite indubitably.
Yes. I brought you
Yeah,
here
good
to my
sir.
secret lair so that I could impress you with my pectoral muscles and my smoke.
Yes, let me.
Hmm.
Why, very
Let me tell
I
nice.
you
do
about my
say, good
diabolical
sir. I
cook.
do say.
Where was I?
Distracted by Jacob's tiny, tiny nipples.
And now I forget where I was. Oh, leashes in public. Leashes in public. Rocklahoma. I used to go to I went not this year, but I went to Rocklahoma last year. It's a big rock festival in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma. Huge like name show up. It's over a week long if you actually go for just the like pre-party and then the 4 days of concerts. Um, but it's incredible shows. It was a great time. But the party part is actually the when you go and you sit outside with everybody else who lives there for a week. We rented an RV with our brother-in-law and some friends and stayed on the nicer side of town. But we would go into the party side of town, walk over, and I got approached by someone then by a pup because I was offered a leash, and I feel really uncomfortable with that type of domination.
Which end of the
Um,
leash were you offered?
I was offered to hold the leash.
Ooh, somebody wanted
And
a new pup handler.
yeah, I looked at them and I was like, nope, not for me. This is one, I just I don't do well with that type of domination. I
Yeah,
think it's
same.
because it's like abuse to me. It feels abusive. Um, and so that just really turns me off. So, okay. I'm glad, Jacob, you're not a pup. Thank you
Yeah.
for admitting that we can still be friends.
I am amused that Jacob keeps striking the "I'm a
Mm.
handsome man" poses in the background. Hmm.
Well, when you sit in a, a tall back chair like this, shirtless, it kind of just feels appropriate. The only thing that could make it better is if it was I just had like a corset vest on but no shirt underneath, and I'm just like, yes,
What you should do is
talk to
just a long
me.
black tie and just sit there. Like do that
Hmm.
for that. Well, actually, no. What's your color again? Green? Just do a long green
Green,
tie.
Right.
so long green tie
It,
with
this
the
is moving
collar and the
into
cufflinks.
OnlyFans channel territory.
Just the collar. Yeah, just a collar, no shirt. But like
Right.
cut off a collar from a shirt, put a tie around it, look all serious. Maybe even wear, if you got a top hat, like a nice top hat. Lawrence, maybe a
If I had a
monocle.
top hat.
Maybe a monocle for Lawrence.
A monocle? Who
Hell
am I?
yeah,
Mr.
gentlemen.
Peanut?
No, you are a distinguished gentleman, sir.
I love it. Tyler's in the comments going, "Stop, Nick! Stop! 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 Stop!" Because he's like, he'll wear it to the gym. Like literally, he's like, "I'll fucking drop the barbell on my throat." He knows that you're just feeding my ideas right now.
Yeah, I
So
know. I see. This is why Jacob and I became friends in the army, is because we
yes,
egg each other on in good ways
I mean,
and non-destructive.
how many times have I said it in person, Tyler? I am a chaos enabler. Where I see an opportunity for fun chaos, I like to embrace it, indulge it, and enable it. So,
Mm.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a good point. What is each of ours? We may have to think about it, but you probably already know mostly off the top of your head is what is your alignment as a knight? Because everybody has an alignment. Um,
Chaotic good.
okay, we've got a chaotic good. That doesn't mean we can't exclusively only have one. Like it can be a group of three chaotic good people.
I mean, I think clearly we're all chaotic good, are we not? Like nothing Jacob said, I was like, yeah, no, all of that applies to me too.
Well,
If there's an opportunity to encourage fun chaos, I'm in.
Right. And I don't believe in lawful good because I don't believe that legality equals morality or vice versa. And I wouldn't call myself neutral because I neutral implies that more than in a minority of the time I still support lawful good. And if I see an opportunity for chaos, as long as it's not going to harm people, and or especially if it's in the name of good, I'm going to do that. So I honestly think it's probably just three chaotic good nights so far, unless we induct more people into it. So, yeah.
well, yeah, and
Do
so
we
I
make them
wanted.
smoke something when we induct them? You did a smoke thing. Give us
Mm,
we
mm,
induct.
They've got to do the pinky swearing. So,
All right.
yes.
Yes, yes.
Billion,
Gentlemen,
one
we're at the bottom of the
trillion
hour. So
dollars.
I
And there's
think
169 people here. Nobody else joined. Nobody leave, nobody join.
so what?
169 people. Perfect,
So
perfect way to
100
end it.
plus nice.
Nice. You
noise.
know, it's the only thing that ruins a 69, a good 69,
A period.
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 Um,
Or two.
I'm a gay dude and I know that.
I'm going to end, can I end this on a really raunchy joke? Does anybody mind
I mean,
in the crowd?
we don't
Anybody in the crowd going to stop me because it's our show and the only way to stop me
Morgan,
is,
y'all didn't make me do anything. I took my shirt off willingly. Okay, go ahead, continue.
okay.
Sorry.
Everybody knows what a Cleveland steamer is, I'm assuming, except for maybe Morgan.
Oh
Um,
God.
since we all love Russia so much, Jacob, do you know what a Russian candy cane is?
Yes.
Lawrence, do you happen to know what a Russian candy cane is?
I do not.
Ooh, so
I'm
we
glad.
induct him into the Russian candy cane knowledge and everyone else here.
I love that my podcast is labeled as not for kids at this point. So continue.
Explicit as fuck. This has now
I
become X-rated.
I
If you
second
are a
guessed
child, please leave. This is not
I
for under
second
18.
I second guessed myself when I clicked that button and I saw it on Spotify that it is explicit. I was like, no, no,
Yep.
no, I need to leave it that way because we end up talking about some things.
Yep.
Continue.
I check the explicit box on metadata for YouTube upload and RSS
Oh,
upload
sure. For
every single fucking time.
yeah, everything.
Okay,
All right.
so a Russian candy cane because we all love Russians. I guess. But the Russian candy cane is thinking of 69 for the period in the middle. Is when you do that, when you are on a 69 with a period in the middle, and you come, and then you make out afterwards, and you swap, and you create a Russian candy cane of
Yeah,
blood and
yeah,
cum.
yeah.
Honey, I'm a gay man. If you think that's going to shock me, you have clearly never been to a gay bar on a Saturday night.
No, actually, funny thing is, I have. That's where my wife and I used to hang out with friends while we were in the army. There was one in Tacoma. Um, Jacob, I feel like you went there a couple times. Um, on that note, for every
On that note, the great mystery.
what is a Russian candy cane
No.
has
The great
been
mystery of
solved.
Did Jacob go to the gay bar in Tacoma? We'll never know.
We'll never know.
Yeah.
Let's just say I've been to many a gay bar in this country. Continue.
There. See,
Yeah.
we all showed our hair today.
Right. We all showed our chest hair. There you go.
There we go.
It's gray. It's gray and dark, just like all the fucking rest of my hair.
I love this. This is so much fun.
Gentlemen, this was excellent. Thank you very much. Next week we're showing up in costume, appropriate to our Power Ranger colors.
Yes.
Yes.
Does this mean we
Yes.
have to collect like 5 more people so that we get all the colors represented?
Well,
Yeah,
technically, with
and
most
that
Power
means we have
Ranger
to move.
teams, it's five to six people usually. So we need a minimum of two, a maximum of three more. So
And that means we're going to update this, I think, a little bit to have some restream in here where we all stream our streams plus with we all stream our streams. We're going to
Ooh,
cross the streams
yeah,
too.
I love it
We're
when
going to
you.
cross those streams hard right into Zool's face and just spray a huge load of ectoplasm back into the pyramid and shut that gate.
Well, we started this podcast by talking about Zool, and we end with talking about Ghostbusters and Zool, so it seems appropriate.
Right.
So,
On that note, perhaps we should let the people go.
Cross the streams, my friends. Cross
Right.
the streams.
At your own great peril, cross the streams, my friends. All right,
All
everybody.
right.
See you next
Thanks,
time.
y'all.
Bye.
bye.